Did you know that there's a jellyfish that can live forever? Or that a single lightning bolt is hotter than the surface of the sun? Some facts sound so unbelievable that they seem like pure fiction, but they're 100% real. From cute-shaped wombat poop to a lake that can turn animals into stone, get ready to have your mind blown. These aren't just random trivia. They'll change the way you see the world. So, buckle up, because once you hear these facts, you'll never look at everyday life the same way again. A cloud can weigh over 1,000,000 pounds. Despite looking light and fluffy, clouds are made of tiny water droplets, which add up to an astonishing weight. The average cumulus cloud can weigh over 1,000,000 pounds, yet it floats because the weight is spread out over a vast area. This balance between gravity and air pressure keeps clouds suspended in the sky. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. According to botanical classification, a berry must develop from a single ovary and have seeds inside. Bananas fit this definition, while strawberries develop from multiple ovaries, making them false berries. This means that in scientific terms, an eggplant is more of a berry than a strawberry. You can smell rain before it arrives. The fresh, earthy scent before a storm is called petrichor and comes from bacteria in the soil releasing an oil when disturbed by moisture. When rain hits dry ground, these oils mix with ozone and plant chemicals, creating the familiar smell. Animals and humans have evolved to recognize this scent as a sign of incoming rain. There's a jellyfish that can live forever. Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish, can revert its cells to an earlier stage when threatened. This process allows it to escape death by essentially resetting its biological clock. In theory, this means it could live forever, unless eaten by a predator. The Eiffel Tower grows taller in the summer. When temperatures rise, the metal structure expands, making the Eiffel Tower grow by up to 6 inches. In the winter, the metal contracts, returning the tower to its original height. This thermal expansion happens to many metal structures, including bridges and skyscrapers. There are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way. Scientists estimate that Earth has about 3 trillion trees, while the Milky Way contains around 100 to 400 billion stars. This surprising fact means our planet holds more living trees than there are celestial bodies in our galaxy. However, deforestation is rapidly reducing this number. Wombat poop is cube-shaped. Wombats produce cube-shaped feces due to the way their intestines contract in different rhythms. This prevents the poop from rolling away and helps wombats mark their territory more effectively. Scientists have studied this process to improve industrial manufacturing techniques. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Venus rotates on its axis so slowly that a single day lasts 243 Earth days. However, it completes a full orbit around the Sun in just 225 Earth days, meaning a Venusian year is shorter than its day. This means if you stood on Venus, you'd experience sunrise only twice per year. Honey never spoils. Honey found in ancient Egyptian tombs was still edible after thousands of years. Its low moisture content and natural antibacterial properties prevent it from spoiling. As long as it's sealed properly, honey can last indefinitely. A giraffe's tongue is long enough to lick its own ears. Giraffes have tongues that can reach up to 20 inches, allowing them to clean their own ears and noses. Their tongues are also dark purple to prevent sunburn while reaching for leaves. This unique adaptation helps them survive in harsh environments. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. 2 of an octopus's hearts pump blood to the gills, while the third sends it to the rest of the body. Their blood is blue because it contains hemocyanin, which helps transport oxygen in cold, deep waters. When an octopus swims, the heart pumping blood to the body temporarily stops. A single lightning bolt is hotter than the surface of the sun. A lightning strike can reach temperatures of up to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. This extreme heat is what causes lightning to create glass-like structures when striking sandy ground. The ocean contains more artifacts than all the world's museums combined. With an estimated 3 million shipwrecks scattered across the ocean floor, the sea is a massive historical archive. Many lost cities, sunken treasures, and ancient artifacts remain undiscovered due to extreme depths. Some experts believe only a tiny fraction of these relics have been explored. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. Sloths can slow their heart rate dramatically, allowing them to hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. Dolphins, in contrast, need to surface for air every 10 to 15 minutes. This ability helps sloths avoid predators while swimming. The shortest war in history lasted just 38 minutes. In 1896, the Anglo-Zanzibar War broke out when the Sultan of Zanzibar refused to step down. The British Navy bombarded the palace, forcing the Sultan to surrender in just 38 minutes. This remains the shortest recorded war in human history. 1 billion seconds equals over 31 years. Most people don't realize how large a billion really is. 1 billion seconds is roughly 31.7 years, while 1 million seconds is only about 11.5 days. This comparison highlights the vast difference between a million and a billion. The letter J didn't exist in the English alphabet until 1524. Before the letter J was introduced, words like Jesus were spelled with an I, Jesus. The letter was officially distinguished by Italian scholar Gian Giorgio Trissino. This changed the way many names and words were written. The Empire State Building has its own zip code. Due to the sheer number of businesses and offices inside, the Empire State Building was assigned its own unique zip code, 10,118. Only a few buildings in the world have this distinction. Another example is the Pentagon, which has its own zip code as well. A lake in Tanzania can turn animals into stone. Lake Natron has such a high concentration of alkaline minerals that it can mummify animals that fall into it. The lake's pH is nearly 10.5, which can burn the skin of creatures that aren't adapted to it. However, some fish and flamingos thrive in its waters. Butterflies can taste with their feet. Butterflies have taste sensors on their feet, allowing them to land on plants and immediately detect if they're suitable for laying eggs. This adaptation helps them quickly find the best food sources. Their feet are more sensitive to taste than a human's tongue. The moon is moving away from Earth. Each year, the moon drifts about 1.5 inches farther from Earth. This slow but steady movement is due to gravitational interactions between the two bodies. In millions of years, this could change Earth's tides and rotation speed. There are more bacteria in your mouth than people on Earth. The human mouth contains over 700 types of bacteria, with billions of microorganisms living inside. In fact, there are more bacteria in a single mouth than there are people on the entire planet. Luckily, most of them are harmless or beneficial. The Leaning Tower of Pisa took almost 200 years to build. Construction started in 1173, but the soft ground caused it to start tilting before it was even completed. Work stopped for decades, and the tower wasn't fully finished until 1372. Despite modern efforts to stabilize it, the tower still leans today. Scotland has 421 words for snow. The Scottish language has hundreds of terms to describe different types of snow, such as sneasel, to begin snowing, and feefle, swirling snow. This vast vocabulary developed due to Scotland's long history of dealing with winter weather. It's a perfect example of how language evolves based on cultural needs. If these mind-blowing facts left you speechless, just imagine what else is out there waiting to be discovered. The world is full of unbelievable truths, and we've only scratched the surface. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more jaw-dropping content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.